Well, hello, everybody. It is your host once again for National Lampoon's Family Vacation with the Deuces. I am your host, The Deuce. We have the Mrs. Deuce here. We are making some really good stuff today. We have got some chicken in the oven, and we have got, it looks like just regular egg noodles, but we're going to show you something really cool with that. And then we have also got some zucchini that's going live here in just a few minutes. We have got some interesting treats for you in just a little bit. We're going to show you a little bit of tasting from our trip to Tennessee last week. We've got the table set up for the most part, except for my phone sitting out still. I actually put the Surface in tablet mode today, so we can get a little bit more mobility with it. So, what we're doing, we are draining out the water from the noodles. They are soft.
Al dente.
And, they're al dente. Al dente.
Save them.
Okay. By the way, guys, I don't know if you've seen these. These are pictures, photographs that Katie did, Mrs. Deuce did. Let's see. Where's the other ones? Living room.
Hallway.
Oh yeah, they're up on the hallway. So she took a studio photography class, and these were setups from her studio photography class. It's really cool. I'm gonna turn the light on for this one a little bit. It's hard to see that one because of the angle, but these are all studio things that she did. They were really cool. She did a really good job. I'm really proud of her. The one with the orange one with the 3 shoes was actually one of her assignments was to remake an ad that was in a magazine, and she did that with those 3 shoes. Now, in the magazine, they probably used screws and put them into the bottom of the shoes to hold them in place. But that was a really difficult shot to get. So anyways, we're going to look at the noodles here. Now look what we're doing. We got a frying pan out with a lot of butter. Now this is an old German tradition. This is fried noodles and eggs. Now the way my wife grew up, she did not add the eggs. The way one of my friends grew up, he added the eggs. His mother added the eggs. And the first time I had this dish was with his mother making it. And so we had the eggs. If you can't tell, we love Dachshunds. We have a little Dachshund wine bottle holder. We have little Dachshund salt and pepper shakers. And that's because of Chicken Butt and Boss Bish, the 2 best dogs in the world. And you can argue with me on that, and that's fine. But we love our dogs. They're great dogs. So, but the butter's melting. We're actually going to fry it using, real butter. Sometimes we use margarine. Sometimes we use oil. But it's really most effective when you use real butter. The flavor is better. And one thing I always add to it, do we even have it? Yes. The magic ingredient, Parmesan cheese. Oh, yeah. We got Katie, we got TC in the house. We got the Glitter Green Gamer Girl. We got the Cajun. We got Brittany Morgan in the house. We got Christina Santiago. We got Andrew Egan. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Usually when you're using oil, you want to make sure your oil is really nice and hot before you put your noodles on. Mike likes the way I make it because I add a lot of butter. But
guys, I know there's kind of a shaky cam vibe going on out there, but that's just because this is the camera that's built in. We're going to end up changing this up to be a better camera eventually, because this camera it's the built-in one, and it's not as high def as it could be, and it doesn't detect motion like it should. So this is going to eventually change to be a little bit more viewable for everybody. We just have to get the right camera. Now she salts it. When my friend made it, his mother didn't add the salt until afterwards.
Oh, I do that too a little bit.
But I like the salt. I think the salt is great. So while we're letting that fry up, you want to fry it until the noodles have a little bit of crispy or crunchy on the outside, a little bit more firm, but they are still, al dente in the center.
Now, with this, a lot of people think you can just take zucchini and, you grill it. You can actually make it in a saucepan, and you can actually bake it in the oven, too. I am the zucchini lover. Mike, the Deuce, is not a huge fan, so I have cut him up some kiwi for him.
All right, yeah. Kiwi gets real cheap in the summer here, about 25 cents per kiwi, which is really, really not that much. So, but yeah, it's good stuff. So now I'm going to give you guys a treat. I'm going to pour us something. And this is actually a perfect angle, setting that down. We got a special ingredient for some wine. And you can buy these over the counter at several different places. But what it does with the wine is you mix the wine with a little bit of water and in this bag that has some other stuff in it. And you get a wine slushie. Now the problem with the wine slushie is it's very, very, very hard.
Oh, I probably should take it out, sorry.
No, it's fine now. So when we pummeled the wine slushie to make it soft again, we kind of broke the bag open. So yeah, that's going to be fun.
Welcome, Brandon. Hi, Robert Villarreal, Andrew Egan in the house, and Delaney. How are you guys?
Robert V.
TC loves the butter. Well,
Oh yeah.
butter.
By the way, guys, for everybody that thinks butter is bad for you, try going on the keto diet. Your veins are not clogged up. If you have, a lot of cholesterol, your veins do not get clogged up by eating fat. They get clogged up by eating too much carbs and your body processing them into fat.
Oh, I just kicked the dog.
So if you go on the keto diet, you can actually train your body, and the keto diet isn't for everybody, that's for sure. You can actually train your body to process fats for energy rather than carbohydrates. So your body will naturally burn fat a lot faster. Wow, that's cold.
You want me to do a little?
Yeah, in a minute. This is the thing about these wine slushies is it makes your hands really cold. Really quick. I mean, look at that. Oof, that's cold. So, it changes your whole metabolism. I used to have hypoglycemia, which is when you get low blood sugar, your body starts reacting adversely. And, you can get things like, you can actually get feeling sick, you can go unconscious.
Here.
You can start getting shakes and, adverse reactions to low blood sugar. Well, 3 days into keto, my hypoglycemia went away. And they also used to call hypoglycemia, they generally call it pre-diabetes because it's a precursor for diabetes. And the keto diet will essentially cure you of that because it retrains your body not to rely on sugar, but rather to rely on the fat that it's already stored. Now, this is kind of a long process, but here, I'll introduce the wine if you want to finish that up. There's not a whole lot left. The wine that we use for this makes a really good slushy because it's really cold, but this is a peach and heat wine. Now, what that is it's actually got the heat of some hot peppers in there.
Everything for the Deuce.
So what happens is you get this afterburn, but you don't feel it until the cold of the slushy wears off.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's actually a really cool sensation. It's like having a jalapeno slushy. It's really good, the flavor of this is really, really phenomenal. This is the wine that Peach and Heat.
Sorry.
So,
I don't like the mess.
oh, it's fine. It's fine. Now, this is the wine trail that we did, this Rocky Top, while we were in Tennessee last weekend. But it was 5 wineries, but we actually did a 6th as well. And that 6th winery wasn't part of the first 5. However, it was the best one. So
very sweet wine.
it was all sweet wines. It was all like dessert wines.
Should say what that guy said.
So we asked him, we said, why don't you have any dry wine? And he said, this is the South, honey. Now, listen to that sizzle. That's what you want. See how it's getting just a little bit of brown color on it? You want to wait till that's like a golden brown, almost like you're, it's not even like eggs. It's like, I'm trying to think of what, like French toast. Let's just say French toast, because French toast, you wait till you get that little bit of brown color on it, and then it's, it's done. It's right. And so that's the kind of color and texture you want from your fried noodles. And then you add the eggs last. If you add the eggs first, it'll actually burn the eggs. Put a little spoon in that wine slushy. So, and these wineries do have wine clubs that you can join over the internet, and they ship all over the United States. They ship to 48 states. So you can always do that if you wanted to. I'm not advertising for them, but they did have some very, very good wines. And I noticed when we were in Tennessee that the majority of the wines had muscadine grapes, which are huge globe grapes. And it's just because they grow well in Tennessee. All the grapes are grown in Tennessee. And here's the reason why. Tennessee is a dry state. Tennessee, the only way that they get by with moonshine and whiskey and wine is because it's all grown by local farmers.
Yep, we learned that.
So it's considered farming.
Isn't that crazy?
Not alcohol distribution.
We learned that at the last winery, or second to last winery?
Yeah.
No, the last winery we went to.
No, it was the second to yeah, it was the last one.
The one that she wouldn't take my driver's license.
Well, see, because it was the day after her birthday, and she had already renewed her license. But in Ohio, they mail your license to you. They do not have the where you get the license instantly anymore, because they double check all your ID and all that kind of stuff, your identity. So that's why.
So this is like a white sangria. So it's fruity, but then it's got this, like the Deuce was saying, fiery bite at the end, but not like what he's had before, but just enough to really mix the ice with the fire. We had, I don't know, we probably brought home like 10 bottles of wine. But I chose to put this one in there just because of the whole idea of the fiery and cold. I just thought that would be kind of cool. So.
Ooh, yeah, the video is lagging really bad, guys. Bear with us here.
I don't know why.
I think I know why.
What do you have on?
So I'm going to try to fix this real quick while we're live. Yeah, we'll get it all set.
Then I'll do this. So, obviously, Tennessee is named for their moonshine. See if it's a good one. So, we got 2 different kinds of moonshine. We bought the cinnamon one, and we bought an apple, or no, peach. Or no, that was whiskey, wasn't it? This is the only moonshine we bought.
No, that's moonshine.
Okay. So, the cinnamon, the lady that we were talking to, she was talking about, because we're like, what would you mix cinnamon with? And she's like, oh, my daughter, or was her son, likes to drink it with Dr. Pepper. And I was like, wow, that would be really, really good to mix with Dr. Pepper. So, because it was my birthday, we went to this place the day before my birthday. They gave us little free shot glasses. But this stuff, if you ever had like a cinnamon candy, it kind of tastes like that with a little bit of burn at the end, but it's not so overpowering that it like goes up your nose or anything. But this stuff is 60 proof. Now they did have the 100 proof that the Deuce did not try, but Mrs. Deuce tried, and wow, that crap burned up my nose for a while. I had a very funny look on my face, I'm sure. So
now, guys, I'm going to preface all this by saying that if you have a problem with alcohol, please don't try this at home. If you're under 21, don't try this at home. This is stuff that we are doing as legal adults. Neither of us have problems with alcohol. We just do this for enjoyment. There's nothing wrong with enjoying a little alcohol here and there, but if you have a problem with it, don't do it. Because what the last thing we want to do is tell you to do something that's going to get you in trouble.
did you fix the lag?
So, no, I couldn't yet.
Okay.
But that's okay. We're getting there.
How should you?
So, we're going to do a little shot of this cinnamon moonshine. It's really tasty. And really, it's not that heavy. It has a very heavy cinnamon flavor. So, it tastes like if you ever had cinnamon toothpicks. That's kind of what it tastes like. It's only 60 proof, so when people think of moonshine, they think of like White Lightning, you know, the 200 proof stuff that's pure ethanol. This is not. This is a flavored distilled beverage, just like many of the others. So.
Is it like an ice cube blowjob?
Oh
no, I don't think it's like that.
No, it's not like an ice cube anything. It's just straight cinnamon moonshine.
Welcome, Brandon.
Brandon Human. Brandon Heron. Yeah, we're going to fix the lag before the next one. I apologize for that. That video lag is a result of some low battery power. It's not a big deal, but...
Is that why you're doing it?
Yeah. We need to fix that next time, but I think a lot of it also has to do with the camera.
Okay.
So Mrs. Deuce is going to do a shot as well. Now we had this about a quarter of a shot is what they give you for the sample. But guys, one thing I've discovered is if you have a sore throat,
Ooh.
It will help your sore throat. It will actually clear out a lot of the crud and give you that, even though it hurts a lot at first, it gets really good in the long run. Let's check and see how the noodles are doing. And then we're going to read some stupid news. Guys, stupid news. You'll love this. Stupid news is a lot of fun. So I'm going to set this up. Bear with me here for just a second while I plug it in.
You need a charger, don't you?
No, I got one.
Oh.
And we're going to do stupid news.
Here.
Now, we did this about a month ago. We did stupid news, and people loved it.
Here.
So,
You guys can stare at the dog. See, isn't she cute? See, look, she dances for the camera, too. See, do a little dance. Make a love.
Okay.
Get down that. Yeah, she's probably really mad at me right now.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. So,
But see, we can mess with this one. The other one gets a little mad. This one gets...
run myself a charger here.
See, look, she can swim. You gonna flip the camera now?
Yep, I'm going to flip the camera.
You're not normally allowed on the table, are you, Scarlett?
There we go.
There.
And we're going to read some stupid news. Now, guys, some of this stuff is Darwin Award worthy. So we want to see and hear your reactions and see what you think. So here we go. Now, some of these, I'm just going to read the headlines and see what you think about them. So, hon, you may have to help me with this.
What?
because I'm reading the headlines, so I can't keep an eye on the chat.
Oh, yeah. Good.
It's a little bit more of that wine slushy.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Very
style
good.
Time.
So,
Hi, John.
hi John, how you doing?
Sir Dash is in the house.
So this is the first one. I love this. Possession of illegal substance charge dropped against the Georgia Southern quarterback after discovery that bird poop was not cocaine. There you go. Now this one made me laugh because it includes one of my favorite awards of all time, the Darwin Awards, which is people who kill themselves in very stupid means. An armed man, flat earther and potential future Darwin Award winner to blast off Sunday in his homemade steam-powered rocket.
How come
It's because the video lagged.
Oh.
So, police report that an armed man who caused panic in a Walmart in Missouri said it was a social experiment. I'm sure. That's one crazy social experiment. Man lets a woman he was hooking up with inject his member with an unknown substance, resulting in a painful 2-week-long erection. In other news,
Wait a minute.
In other news, his girlfriend was really happy.
How? What? How? In the tip? Like what? What'd you?
I don't know. I'm just reading the title.
Oh no.
So here's something only an idiot white person would do, because there's a lot of trashy white people out there. I'll admit to that. I'm like as white as they get, and there are a lot of really trashy white people out there. White guy from the burbs describes himself as a black homosexual and threatens to shoot up a Puerto Rican festival in New Haven, Connecticut. Really? I mean, no, shooting up a Puerto Rican festival is not funny. But a white guy describing himself as a black homosexual. Like, I don't get it. Man who threw iguana at a restaurant employee has been sentenced. Like,
What is iguana getting?
iguana! Like, okay, like he threw his food at a restaurant employee, he threw his check at a I mean, come on. An iguana.
You just pulled it right out and just chucked it at someone. You never know.
I'm going to make some room for Mrs. Deuce. And she's going to read some stupid news.
It's laggy. You're right. It's laggy really, really bad.
Could also be our internet.
All right. I have the wrong thing pulled up. All right. So, I'm sure everyone has seen the picture of this lady with an octopus on her face, right? So, obviously the headline is, woman poses with photo with octopus bitten twice in the face. Why would you put an octopus on your face? She said she wanted to win some type of contest, some type of photo contest in the Derby. She said, so crazy me, hindsight now, looking back, I probably made a big mistake. You think? You got bitten by a poisonous octopus. Not smart, people. But hey, she's going to be stuck with all those poisons throughout her body for a while, but hey, she got the picture. That was the money shot right there. It stuck right to her face.
And she wins a Darwin Award.
Yep. So, in other news, Alabama man drives drunk, failing to hit his brakes, and crashes into an actual brake store. So, dude was drunk. He was drunk actually in South Carolina, then somehow got into Alabama, where apparently he was unable to hit his brakes with the person, because there was a person that stopped in front of them, slammed into that car, which somehow caused this chain reaction to him, like, to ricochet off, and he actually slammed into an actual brake store. So, I find this very ironic. This is God smacking him like, you're supposed to, check your brakes or make sure you can brake. But, I guess in hindsight, he failed to hit his brakes, and he hits a brake store. So you know what? He's got plenty of brakes now. Florida man said he smoked THC because Jesus was returning. That's what he said. Praise Jesus was returning. That is why I smoke THC.
I want to get down at my knees and start pleasing Jesus. I want to feel the salvation all over my face. So,
a Florida man was arrested for allegedly... I know I gotta watch that episode. Allegedly driving drunk, reportedly told police he had smoked THC to prepare for the return of Jesus. So he was 22 and he was taken into custody. And obviously they could smell the alcohol in him. And he was stumbling. And he claims the reason why he was vaping this THC is because he had to get ready for the Lord Jesus Christ to come back. Because he obviously had to be higher than a kite to see the Lord. Like, come on now. He started, let's see, it said he was in Tampa and then he went to Vernal Beach or something like that, which is literally 140 miles apart. So literally this dude is driving drunk and higher than a kite thinking Jesus is going to rain down from the heavens and smoke him out. Like what? Why would you tell the police, I smoked THC just because I thought Jesus was returning? I mean, come on now. Like, what kind of people are...
Hey,
I guess
he wanted to meet Jesus in the air.
Yep. Well,
you gotta fly to do that.
Yep. So, this is a good one for the deuce. Because, obviously, people make fun of the deuce because the deuce means poop. Or number 2. So, this toilet explodes in Florida. Why? After lightning strikes the septic tank.
See, I can see that.
Now,
it would suck to be trying to take a deuce while
right.
the toilet
Think
explodes.
about if you were sitting on the crapper at the time this happened. This reminds me of, what was that old movie? Is it Porky's? I want to say it was a movie, or Wild. Or was it?
I haven't seen either. You're the one that watches all the movies.
I don't know if it was Porky's or if it was one of those older movies that this dude, it's in high school, and he's sitting down on the crapper. And I know at one point, they stuck a snake up there and it scared the crap out of him. And I still have nightmares to that. But they, exploded. We'll think about, what are the final, Fast and Furious. Cops taking a poop. And all of a sudden, the stuff just explodes. Now, I feel bad for this person because obviously they didn't do this. And now they have to get a brand new septic tank, all of the pipes, and a new crapper. And when I say it exploded this thing, it exploded this toilet. Like, there is, nothing left. Their screen went black.
I don't know. Let me refresh the camera.
There it goes.
There it is. Sorry about that, guys.
So, here's some of the pictures where you can see the exploded toilet. literally nothing left of this crapper. Yes, you can. So, you know, you hear about real news, and you heard about there was a person that, you know, gunned some people down in Walmart, and that's really sad because you don't ever want to hear about people doing that kind of stuff. But this I kind of thought was funny because you think about Walmart and you think about the people of Walmart. You think about that website where you look at these pictures and it's just like...
Not the gunning of people
No.
but this following story is very funny.
Right. But you think about the people that actually go into Walmart and it's just like, hey, we were in Walmart, what was it, yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
And our Walmart's very ghetto. But anyway, so Florida man takes his golf cart on a ride through Walmart.
Cajun says the Most High Jesus Christ sounds legit.
So, a 56-year-old Florida man took his golf cart on a wild ride through a Walmart store, terrorizing shoppers and ignoring the deputies' orders to stop before crashing into a register. They didn't want him to crash into a register. Come to find out...
They couldn't care less about the people. They just didn't want him to crash into a register.
Nope. Come to find out, he was trying to... where did I read that? He was trying to barricade himself down the alcohol aisle.
There you go.
So let's just roll up to Walmart. Let's put this thing in gear, slam through those doors, and just park it right down that alcohol aisle.
Walmart doesn't have any good alcohol anyways.
No.
All they got is like wine and beer.
Exactly. I could see this like in a liquor store, but come on. Walmart? Really? And dude, you're 56 years old. Dude, really? So, I'm not going to say it. So, obviously, he got thrown in jail with multiple charges, including aggravated battery, because what ended up happening is he ended up trying to leave the Walmart and he plowed some people over. Which sucks because, you know, you feel bad for these people, but luckily no one was injured. But at the same time, why? Why, people? Why? I just don't get it. So, I have one more story for you, and this one is really funny. So all you bear lovers out there, you know, you got the grizzly, you got cross-eyed bear gaming, you have all these bear lovers. So, Colorado bear breaks into a house, leaves that house by pushing a Kool-Aid Man hole through the wall. So now think about this. If you're sitting outside this house and all of a sudden you see this bear come through, I mean, what's the bear going to say?
Oh, yeah!
You know what I mean? Like,
we didn't even practice
I know,
that.
we didn't. So, a black bear broke into a Colorado house over the weekend and left by breaking through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man. So, come to find out, there was a couple of these bears roaming throughout these neighborhoods. Now, Colorado Parks and the Wildlife said these bears that are making all these kind of ruckus entered 35 vehicles. Now, how in the hell do bears get in vehicles? One thing. I'm just flabbergasted by that. And also got into 9 different people's houses.
Hey, the Kool-Aid Man don't play around.
Yeah, I mean that bear's cool because he's the Kool-Aid Man. But now think about that again. You know, you think of teenagers. You know, everybody's like, "Oh, it's summer. All the teenagers are gonna break into your car, stuff like that." No, this is wildlife breaking into your shit. Yes, wildlife. So you go out to your car, all of a sudden you got Yogi Bear behind your driver's seat. Like what? But again, Colorado. I'm sorry. If anybody lives in Colorado, I will stay away from the bears, but make sure you lock your doors in Colorado because you know what? Those bears want to steal your cars. All right, back to the deuce.
Okay, so a little bit more stupid news is, we have a short jail sentence for an Indiana man who accidentally shot himself in a junk. I'm surprised he got any jail sentence, to be honest with you, because that's like punishment right there. So, my thing is like, holy cow. Now, the following ones are just headlines. So, I just want you to think about these, take them and absorb them. This headline reads, Fire on the Sun.
Isn't the sun made of fire?
Fire on the Sun. Really? Thank you, Captain Obvious. And another one, a recent study shows internet trolls are jerks. You think? Bugs flying around with wings are flying bugs. Who would have guessed? I would have thought that bugs flying around with wings were aliens, and they came from Area 51. But it proves me wrong. I'm wrong. The scientists are right. This useless question. Chuck Norris facts. Are they facts?
I don't get it.
Those Chuck Norris facts that, Chuck Norris doesn't have a chin under his beard, just another fist.
Are they facts? Really? Wow.
In a public safety advisory, health officials say that pools and diarrhea don't mix.
You think? You want to be swimming around in your own feces? With some nut and corn crunch?
When you're sliding into first and you feel something burst, diarrhea. Diarrhea.
Yup, that was a good song.
When you're sliding into third and you feel a great big turd.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
Hi, Lacey.
Diarrhea. So, a news producer was lost for words when he interviewed Tiger Woods, when they showed the Tiger Woods interview. So he put this: Tiger Woods, he's good at golf. Well, I guess it's true.
He's good at beating people with clubs, too.
In an unbelievable discovery, the study finds that the youngest child is often considered the baby of the family. Really? I never would have guessed. In an undisputable conclusion, researchers say overeating can set the stage for obesity.
No, it doesn't.
Really?
No.
Oh my goodness. A nuclear explosion would be considered a disaster. To me, it all depends on where the nuclear explosion takes place. In this double murder report, a man is killed to death.
Double murder report?
He's killed to death. Never mind.
I get it.
In a startling find, federal agents raid a gun shop and find weapons.
We're not thinking this crap up, people. This is actually online.
These are actually real news titles. Some of them are newspapers. Some of them are from actual, TV channels. Who would have guessed that rain creates wet roads?
It creates moist roads.
Moist roads?
Moist. Too bad Sarah's not on.
Yeah, too bad our friend Sarah isn't on. She loves that word. But she absolutely loves that word. Moist.
Moist.
Moist. So, yeah, this has been a fun time reading stupid news. We are going to move back to the back camera and we're going to show you how the noodles are coming along. And then we're going to let you go to eat once we're done with those. So, here we go. Fun, fun, fun until our daddy takes the T-bird away. We're walking back into the kitchen. Once again, that wine was the sweet peach and heat. And look at those noodles.
So, what I do is I make a little hole.
You put the eggs in there. Oh, yeah.
And obviously, it don't take that long to do it, but usually I kind of mix it around. What's up with the lag? That was bad.